Well, thank you, Madam Chair. When I was last year in May, I was on my way back to Saskatoon, Toronto to Saskatoon, and there was actually someone on my flight that tested positive for COVID-19. I was never informed of it from the airline, and actually I found out 2 weeks later the report was in news media. So why hasn't the government put rules in place requiring airlines to reach out to individuals like myself who may have been exposed to COVID on their flights?
The Honourable Minister of Health.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. It's hard to speculate what happened on such a vague description of his experience, but I will say that we have every confidence in local public health, who is doing the hard and heavy lifting of contact tracing, working very closely with all kinds of different sectors, including airline sectors, to make sure that close contacts of people who have tested positive for COVID-19 are actually found, are traced, and are isolated. I assume he took appropriate precautions on the flight, and I hope that he continues to do so.
Mr. Waugh.
Madam Chair, it was reported that the individual on my plane that had COVID was actually connecting in Toronto from an international flight. The Prime Minister announced last week that they would begin mandating temperature checks for those bound for Canada in July. Will international travelers be tested when they land in Canada, or will they be relying on the tests that take place from other countries?
The Honourable Minister of Public Safety and Emergency Preparedness.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. And this is a very important question, because the protection and safety of all Canadians, in particular Canadian travellers, is a high priority for our government. So we've been working very closely with the airlines. At the current time, we are putting temperature screening in place. That will initially be done primarily by the airlines, who are in the best position to do it at this point in time. But we're also now going to be including the Canadian, the CATSA, the people that do the security screening, so that when people enter the airport, they'll also be screened. We believe that is going to be the most effective measure to keep all travelers safe.